If you bring your arms down by your side, let's just bring our fingertips to our lower ribs. We'll spend just a moment today tuning into the breath. You just bring the tips of your fingers together right at the front, just like this. And then we'll take a deep inhalation. And you should feel and notice that your fingertips are spreading apart now as the rib cage opens and expands. And then with the exhalation, you might feel that your fingertips are being drawn back together again as the rib cage closes in and narrows at the bottom. And then inhale, open and expand. And exhale, release. Feel the rib cage narrowing, the shoulders relaxing. Continue to do this exercise a few more times on your own. With every inhalation, you're bringing fresh blood and oxygen into your body, rejuvenating the body. And with every exhalation, you're letting go of tension and stress out of the body. The breathing reflects the state of mind and emotions. And through the breath, we can alter the state of mind and emotions. Through the exhalation, by consciously releasing past emotions and old tensions and anxieties. And through the inhalation, bringing in fresh life and fresh breath to renew us and give us the strength to move forward. We'll release our arms down by our side. And with a deep inhalation, breathe freshness into your life. And with the exhalation, fold forward and let go of the past. With the inhalation, look forward. And with the exhalation, step or hop back. Lower yourself down to the earth. And with the inhalation, open the heart to look up. And with the exhalation, go back into downward dog and reflect and watch the breath come in through the nose and go out through the nose. Finish the exhalation, then lift your head, step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine and look forward. Exhale, fold. Then lift your head and inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale the arms back to neutral, samastitihi, standing in stillness. Surya Namaskar B. We'll bend the knees. Inhale, open the heart and reach up. Turn your palms out. Exhale, take your belly to your thighs, your hips up and your head down. Inhale, lift your head and look forward. Exhale, let's just step the right leg back. Keep your right toes curled under. You can either take your knee to the floor or you can lift your knee up off the floor and just stretch back through the heel. Relax your shoulders. And then we'll take the right leg and we'll step it forward. We'll switch sides. And now we'll step the left leg back. Keep your toes curled under. You can either take your knee to the floor, it's a little less intense, or you can lift your knee up and try to reach back through the heel. So this is stretching out the quadricep muscles and the groin muscles. We're now going to step the right leg back. Bring both knees down to the floor. Keep your elbows in close as you lengthen your spine forward. Come all the way down. Bring your hands beside your waist. Pull your elbows in. Inhale into upward facing dog pose. And exhale into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers. Inhale deeply. And exhale all the air out. Lift your head, look forward. Let's just lean our hands out over, our weight over our hands, and then lean back. Then you're either going to step or hop forward with your head up. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, open your arms and reach up. And exhale, reach straight up and relax your arms down. You can practice another round of Surya Namaskar on your own while we take a short break. We're going to step to the side about 3 feet wide. We're going to practice Trikonasana, the triangle pose. You turn your right foot out 90 degrees and turn your back foot in about 10 degrees. Stretch out your arms. Inhale, breathe into your fingertips. And exhale, hinge out over your right leg. Let your left hip turn in just a little bit. Reach down for your shin, your ankle, or your toe. Turn your head to look up towards your thumb. Make sure you've allowed your left hip to turn forward just a little bit. And then you're able to draw the inner right leg up into the inner right groin. Make sure you're not hyperextending and pressing back through the back of the leg. So Xenia, can you demonstrate that? Just sort of really press back through the back of the leg here. Some people need to bend their knee a little bit and squeeze the quadricep muscles, contract them. And then keep your head long, reach out through the crown, and inhale and come all the way back up. And exhale, turn your feet. Turn your left foot all the way, the back foot in a little bit. Inhale, exhale, hinge from the left groin and reach out. Let your right hip turn in a little bit. Then reach down for your ankle, your shin. Let your right hip turn in a little bit. Roll the left shoulder under, the right shoulder back, and then pull both shoulder blades down the back. Look up at your thumb. Take a long, deep breath. Inhale. And exhale all the air out. Good. And then inhale to come back up. And exhale, we'll turn the feet to the right. We'll square off the feet now and square off the hips. So you want to line up your front inner heel with your back inner heel. So if you drew a line straight back, the two heels would intersect. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Make sure your pelvis is level, your hips are squared. Hinge forward in a long straight line. Just take your fingertips to the floor for a moment. Keep drawing your right hip back and your left hip just a little bit forward. Make sure your spine is long, your shoulders rolling back, and you're reaching out through your crown. And then inhale and come back up. And exhale, turn your feet to the left. Line up your inner heels, square off your hips. Hinge forward from the groins, reach out. Keep your left hip pulling back, allow your right hip to come a little forward and down. Your pelvis right now should be level, like a flat tabletop. Inhale deeply, and then exhale to come back up. Inhale, and exhale, turn your feet. Now we're going to add a new movement to this posture. So Xenia, go the other way again, yeah. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees, turn your back foot in 45 degrees. Square off your hips, just like we just did before. This time, we're just going to move your hair to the front here. We're going to take the hands behind in prayer pose. Fingers turned down, palms together. Then we're going to inhale, we're going to turn the fingers in, and then we're going to inch them up between the shoulder blades. We're going to try to bring the root of the thumbs together. The key point here is to take it from the front and roll it back. So from the very front of the chest, the collarbones lengthen out, the shoulders roll back, the chest opens forward. You bring the palms together, the thumbs together like this. This is not an easy posture for a lot of people, so let's just review the options here. We'll just release our arms down. The shoulders roll back. So if that version seemed very difficult for you, try this one. You're going to reach behind to grab your elbows. Try to get a deep grip around your elbows, so really wiggle your fingers around your arms. The same main principle applies here. From the front, you roll it back. So you take your shoulders, you roll it back. You try to find a little squeeze between the shoulder blades. You inch your fingers around, you really reach around your arms. You pull your elbows back, you pull your shoulders back, and from here, inhale and exhale, lengthen forward, lead with your chin, keep your hips squared. Come so far that you have a long, straight spine, and then you can either rest your head, like take it all the way down, or just stay looking forward. Take a long, deep breath. Keep the shoulders rolling back. Inhale and exhale all the air out. And then inhale and come all the way back up. Keep the shoulders rolling back as you come up. And exhale, we'll release and go to the other side. You can release your arms if you need a little break right now. Line up your feet, line up your inner heels. Square off your hips. If you're finding it difficult to square off your hips, your stance may be too wide. Try that, Xenia. So if you widen your stance too far, you can't pull your right hip back far enough to square it off. Sometimes you need to shorten your stance just a little bit to be able to square it off until you have a pelvis that's level at the back. So Xenia, why don't you try the hands now, the prayer pose again. So fingers together, fingers turned down, then you turn them in. You start to inch them up. You try to inch them up between the shoulder blades. You've got to roll the shoulders back. Roll your elbows back, your shoulders back from the front. Open it, roll it back, then inhale. And exhale, lead with the chin. Keep the shoulders rolling back and the front body long and open. Keep the hips squared. Keep your elbows lifting if you have your hands in prayer. Keep your gaze focused on a point on the floor up ahead of you or straight down. Keep your breath focused. Take a long, deep breath. Inhale, and then exhale will come all the way back up. Inhale. And exhale will turn the feet forward. Release the hands and bring your feet back together again. Just relax your arms down by your side. Spread all your toes and draw some attention down into your heels, into the soles of your feet. See if you can lift the arches off the floor. Then we'll step again, a wide stance to the right. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees. Turn your back foot in just a little bit. We're going to bend the right knee so that the right knee is directly above the ankle. Just going to take the left hand, we're going to reach behind the back with the left hand. We're going to reach around, see if you can bring your fingers towards your thigh. Again, we're working here to roll the shoulder back just like we did in the previous posture. So from the center of the front of the chest, you want to lift, roll the shoulder back, turn your head, reach out through the crown, but try to release the shoulder down and away from your ear. Take a long, deep breath. Inhale deeply. And exhale all the air out. And then inhale to come back up. Turn your feet forward. Turn your left foot 90 degrees. Turn your back foot in about 10 degrees. Bend your left knee so that the knee is out over the ankle. Just take your elbow to your knee, but don't collapse into your elbow. Just place the elbow and stay a little lifted as you take your right hand behind your back. Roll your whole shoulder back from the center of the chest. Lift it, roll it back, and see if you can inch your fingers around to touch your thigh. Otherwise, you can just keep the back of your hand on your lower back. Keep rolling the shoulder back as you press down through the edge of the right foot. Reach out through the crown of the head. Turn your head to look up at the sky. Take a long, deep breath. Inhale. And exhale all the air out. Release your right arm. Press into your left foot and come back up to standing. Step your feet together. And then we'll come sitting down on our mats. We'll pull our knees a little bit in towards our chest, just like this, but the soles of the feet still on the floor. Just hold the tops of your kneecaps with your fingers and just draw your lower belly in towards the tops of your thighs as you reach up through the crown. And then slowly walk your feet away from your hips until your legs are straight, but you're still drawing your lower belly in as if your thighs were still up high. And take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers and roll your shoulders back. You might even press your knuckles or your thumbs down into the floor to give you something to resist against so that you can reach up through the center of the chest. Reach up through the crown. Keep your chin neutral. Then we'll release the hands. Bring the hands down to the floor behind you, about 6 inches or so. We'll point the feet. We'll curl the toes so that they're pointing down. We'll lift up the hips just a little bit and draw the tail under and bring it back down again. Xenia, will you demonstrate this version with bent knees as the beginner version? So there are two options here. Xenia will present the beginner version. We'll demonstrate what you're working towards in this posture. We're going to press into our hands, curl the tail under, and then slowly lift the body up. You can either look down the front of your body. If it feels secure in the neck, you can release the head back. Take a long deep breath, inhale, and then exhale, bring the head up, the chin towards the sternum, and slowly lower yourself down. Good. We're going to lie down on our backs, pull our knees into our chest, rock on your lower back just a little bit. Close your eyes. You can stretch your right leg out onto the floor and then cross your other leg over and twist. Let your head turn to the other side. Take a few long, deep breaths. And then bring this leg back up to center and pull the left leg in and cross it over the top of the body. Take a few deep breaths. You can repeat this posture again on each side. We'll take a short break and be right back. So if you bring the edges of the feet down to the floor, and then if you just turn the edges of your feet to the floor, the soles of the feet together, and then you just draw your feet in towards your hips. And just take your fingertips to your thighs, the tops of your thighs, and just apply a little direction with your fingertips for your thighs to open. And just breathe into the shoulders, breathe into the neck. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Take a long, deep breath, inhaling and exhaling. And then from here, we'll just bring the inner thighs together and just roll onto your side and come sitting up. And if you bring the soles of the feet together now with your legs stretched out in front of you, pretty far away from you. Like Rich, you could go even further, till about there. Good. Then just reach down with your fingertips to grab your ankles. And then inhale, lift up from your lower belly. And exhale, slowly lengthen the spine forward as you allow it to curl at the very last stage, and you just relax the head down. Take a few long, deep breaths in this posture. This posture opens the hips, releases a lot of tension in the spine. See if you can breathe deeply. Some postures in yoga require a lot of effort. There are some postures that require a lot less effort. They require that you focus more and more internally and become more aware of the breath. Take a long, deep breath, inhale, and then exhale. We'll slowly lift the head up. And let's just try to inch our feet in just a little bit closer now, just a couple of inches, in a little bit closer. You might rock a little bit from side to side on your hips. And then we'll reach around for the ankles, or you can even reach for the ball of the toe on the feet, the big toe on the feet. And then slowly reach forward with the crown and then curl your spine just at the last moment. You might want to bring your elbows out in front of your shins. And let your head drop down. Take a long, deep breath, inhaling. And exhale all the air out. Then inhale, lift the head up. And exhale, we'll slowly lie down for Shavasana. So as you lie down, you want to lengthen out your lower back. Remember to lift the hips and draw the sitting bones away from the shoulders. Shavasana from the outside almost looks like you're sleeping, but you're not sleeping. When you're able to enter this deep state of relaxation, it feels almost like the feeling you have just before you're about to fall asleep, but you're completely conscious, completely awake, totally aware of internal sensations. Just try to watch your thoughts as they come and go. Follow the inhalation as it brings fresh breath and life into your body.